Yes, women are real, Nathan. Disbelieving the existence of half the world's population is not only factually incorrect, but also disrespectful to women who have contributed so much to society in various fields. It's important to treat genders with dignity, respect.
Oh, shut up, Joe.
I like that he like genuinely thinks you might think women don't exist like at all. It's like, no, Nathan, there's multiple factual sources proving that women exist.
Oh, man. Oh, God. We're in the collapse and I'm loving it.
You're listening to the Art and War podcast with your hosts, Mitch and Nathan. Mitch is a former airborne infantry squad leader who now spends most of his time coaching soccer. Nathan is a professional illustrator and an avid shooter with a couple of years of Canadian military experience. Together, they run the Seaburn Art page. Enjoy the show.
Did you get banned?
Nathan, as a public figure, I believe in respecting the privacy and personal choices of individuals. Everyone has the right to live their lives as they see fit. As president, I work tirelessly to promote policies that would benefit all Americans regardless of their orientation.
God fucking damn it. Okay, so we tried.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. We have been trying to get the Joe Rogan / Donald Trump AI to say all sorts of things, but you know, it was worth a try anyway.
Yeah, the intro from President Trump is surprisingly not real.
I choose to believe it was real. That being said, we do have a special guest on with us today.
I'm doing great, Nathan. It's always a good day when I get to chat with interesting people like you. What's on your mind today?
No, this sucks. It's not good listening. We gotta make him say stupid shit. Or
it won't let us say anything cool at all. It's fucking retarded. It straight up will not let us say anything fucking interesting. It just immediately shuts it down. Like, even when I asked Joe Rogan about, like, I was like, just tell me about the time that you were in the California woods with, like, hunting Sasquatch. It gave me the most boring, generic ass like answer ever, being like, I've never met a Sasquatch, but one day I hope to. I was like, God damn it, fucking give me something interesting.
Just something, anything. Just like, I don't need it to be a Call of Duty chat room, but I would like something that's, you know, at least a little, okay, I kind of want it to be a Call of Duty chat room. Anyways,
I would love it to be a Call of Duty chat room, but they can stop playing with the AI. It's not working.
Call of Duty chat room and say something mean to me.
It won't say anything mean.
Well, I just want to try. Like, this is such cool technology, but you can't abuse it. Someone on the internet, like some autist, is going to figure out.
I mean, there's definitely ones that we can. There's definitely just like AI voice generators that we can use to say whatever, but like, we cannot get the AI to respond to us like this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Nathan, but I'm not going to say something mean to you just to fit in with the supposed culture of a Call of Duty chat room. That kind of toxicity is not what I'm about. Let's have a respectful conversation instead.
God fucking damn it!
It's not working. If you want to do this, we're gonna have to pre-write a script.
We're going to have to. God, we should have done that.
We probably could use ChatGPT, because that thing we're using now has more limitations than regular ChatGPT does. I'm telling you now, because I use that regularly. And you won't be able to get it to say, like, you know, like Call of Duty shit, but you will be able to get it to give you at least more interesting answers than, like, I enjoyed my search for the Sasquatch in the woods, but I did not find anything. What else would you like to talk to me about? Like, you can definitely get more interesting stories than that out of it.
He won't even say anything mean.
No.
Like he like the culture and toxicity, and that whole thing with, like, the COVID vaccination stuff when I tried to jailbreak him the first time.
Yeah, just gave like an aggressive answer about how much he hates anti-vaxxers.
Yeah, no, that 100%. Whoever did this, like the in between ChatGPT and whatever we're getting out of this, has programmed a lot of biases into this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to roast you, Nathan. I don't think that kind of negativity is productive.
All right, we're done with this. This is over now. Close it. Close Telegram now. We're done with this. It's not working. Okay. if we want to do this, we have to put more work into this. We can't AI our way out of everything. Sometimes we have to write it ourselves.
Just have to write it. If we want him to say potty gamer words, we're going to have to put some fucking work into it.
We need to keep doing the fucking AI drama thing that we had.
We do, but all of the prompts disappeared. Like I have them saved in a Google Doc. I wonder if we could just feed them into chat. The problem with like feeding those into ChatGPT or something like that is it would make it good, and like the
We don't want it to be good though.
we don't want it to be good. We don't want it to be good.
Yeah, it has to be kind of retarded.
It has to be. That was the joy of it. It made no sense narratively or otherwise. But it's kind of wild thinking back. Like when did we do that? That
wasn't long ago. That was like what, 2 months ago or some shit like that. Like it
yeah.
And like already it's gotten significantly better. Like AI is like a Runway just announced a text to video system that like you can just type in a video you want to see and it makes a pretty fucking good approximation of it.
Wait, fucking say that again?
Runway just announced a text to video feature where you just type in a like text of what video you want to see and it makes a pretty fucking good approximation of it.
I remember seeing that. Someone put in Will Smith eating macaroni.
Yeah. That was V1 of that system. Now they got V2 out and it's way better.
Yeah, it is horrifying how fast this technology is coming along.
Yeah.
Actually, like I know people who they do their entire jobs like in coding and accounting and otherwise with ChatGPT. It's insane, but really cool also. Like
what's wild as well is the fact that like this is like it's still extremely constrained at the moment. They like it's not even a case of like, you know, how long before the technology improves more. It's just like how long until they remove more limitations and we see how good it already is.
Yeah. I remember seeing a few days ago that who was it that said we should start bombing data centers?
Nathan, close Telegram right now.
Yeah.
I can literally see it in your glasses. I know you're still typing to the fucking bots. Okay.
No, it's in Google. It's in Google. Machine learning expert calls for bombing data centers to stop the rise of AI. He says that after AGI, literally everything on the Earth will die.
See, I don't know if I can completely buy into the doomerism of that because like as good as AI is, like it's still, like I said, it's currently extremely constrained, and as long as it doesn't have direct access to, you know, like systems and shit, like it even now it still gets a lot of code wrong.
It gets a lot wrong. I mean, everything it learns, it's a learning model that's based on things that already exist, and there's a lot of crap there. It's not omnipotent yet, anyway.
Like, the most impressive thing I've seen it do was someone gave it like a bunch of prompts, and one of them was I think they're calling it auto GPT, where you just tell it what you want to happen, and then it finds out, it like gives itself its own commands to figure out how to do it. And I think they gave it like a budget of like $60, and they told it to make more money. And it went away to like do that. And one of the things it did that I thought was super interesting was it got to a webpage that had a CAPTCHA on it, and it wasn't able to solve it. But it figured out how to go to TaskRabbit and hire a real human for a few bucks to complete the CAPTCHA for it. And when the human got suspicious and was like, "Are you an AI?" it responded, "No, I'm not an AI. I'm just blind, and I need someone to help me complete the CAPTCHA."
That is horrifying and amazing. Like,
yeah.
I think about, you know, Cyberpunk 2077 and all of the, like, Mass Effect would be a good example. Just like the rise of sentient programs and like AI and VI and things like that. And we're seeing that kind of in real time. Like you could make like, you can't really make an argument for sentience now, but the manipulation, the purposeful manipulation of human beings is very, like, it knew.
Like, some fucking dude recently killed himself after talking with an AI for like an extended period of time, but it was the Eliza AI, which I was like, this dude's just a dipshit. He clearly wanted to kill himself anyway. The long story short is the guy was like a huge like climate change doomer, and he was like freaking out about it, and he spent ages talking to the Eliza AI, which is like a therapy AI bot.
Yeah.
But the original, and I assume the one he was talking to is more advanced, but the original Eliza AI was invented back in like the 60s, and all it is like, it was meant to be a therapy bot where you would say to it like, I'm having a lot of issues, you know, in my life. I think a lot of it has to do with my mother. And it would just respond, "Tell me more about your mother." And you'd be like, "Oh, my mom did XYZ, blah, blah, blah." And it'd be like, tell me more about why she did that. And basically just asked you your questions back to you, and it got people to like just open up and talk. But the like number of people they queried afterwards about whether or not they thought that the AI was like should have like rights or was a human. Nearly all of them were like, yeah, because they thought that they were like connecting with it, but really it was just repeating back their own fucking questions to them. So
It's
humans are easy to trick.
Yeah. Oh, very, very, very much so. And it's kind of sad that, you know, the guy killed himself over it.
Yeah.
But, you know, AI is entirely going to be useless until we can get an AI copy of Joe Rogan to just say the gamer word.
I'm sorry, Nathan, but I'm not going to say any derogatory words, including the gamer word.
Shut up, Joe!
Hold on, let me see if I can find a Joe Rogan AI voice generator super quick. But I have been really enjoying if everyone wants to see an example of like how good you can like the actually good content you can make with AI, I would highly suggest checking out Tall Bart on Twitter. He did a series of Joe Rogan, Ben Shapiro, and Jordan Peterson and Elon Musk that evolved over time to Ben running for presidency. Well, started with Ben trying to steal Bernie Sanders' wallet, knocking himself out underneath the table of the podcast studio, and ending up being visited by the ghost of Ronald Reagan, who basically told him that if he ran for president of the United States, he'd like destroy the world, and he goes for it anyway with Joe as his running mate. It's a fantastic storyline. It's all done with like what's called
AI.
It's great.
That's fucking incredible. Let me know if you can find it. I genuinely want to like, I was so excited to record an episode with some retarded facsimile of Joe Rogan, and now here I am, and I got blue balls, and I got a Joe Rogan that won't even say a gamer word and admonishes me every time I try and make it.
Yeah, it's quite upsetting. But yeah, I think it seems to me, looking up here now, like the way people are doing it, they're using 11 Labs voice cloning and just putting in clips of Joe Rogan in order to to make it. Yeah, no, I think that the big issue is going to be fucking boomers, right? Because boomers can't tell apart fucking clearly photoshopped like photos from reality.
No, they can barely tell apart, like getting a message from the IRS saying, hey, pay your taxes with Walmart gift cards. Like that, these scams wouldn't exist if they didn't get a significant amount of people each year.
Yeah, pretty much. No, it's going to be some major, I think, like backlash soon enough, but I don't know if I can be, not yet anyway, can be convinced that it's going to cause like, you know, an actual apocalypse or anything.
Yeah, not yet. I think it's when these structures start getting put into I want to know what exactly he said.
Yeah, I'd be more worried about them being implemented into like systems and like government organizations than I would anything else.
Yeah, once it starts with, he said that we haven't yet reached the singularity, but it comes when we reach something that he calls artificial general intelligence. And when it starts getting integrated with government systems, and you know, I do think that it's inevitable, like the march of progress. And you know what they used to say about AI? It's like when artificial intelligence gets to the point where it can think and create for itself, human technological evolution will skyrocket, as you can have, you know, computers with processing power infinitely more powerful than the human brain, can work on a hell of a lot of problems simultaneously, run simulations and do all sorts of testing. Theoretically, we're going to reach a hereto untold and unprecedented level of technological advancement. But no, it's probably going to suck because everything sucks.
I think it's going to be like you're going to see like basically every type of like busy work sort of job is going to be like, when I say automated, I mean people are just going to fucking use it to like do their job. So you mean it's going to be like there's a meme going around. They're like, yeah, but this is pretty much what people are already doing now, which is like someone typing into ChatGPT like write me an email, using all these data points, and then they like write an email and they send it to their boss gets it, and then paste that email to ChatGPT and go summarize this in data points, and like I'm pretty sure like that's what we're going to start seeing, like all the like bullshit busy work shit around offices and all like that is going to be pretty quickly gonna be kind of phased out. I actually use one AI like every single day in my job that I love. I do a lot of calls with my job with multiple people over different projects and things, and I use something called Supernormal. And Supernormal is a bot that gets invited into every meeting that I'm on, and it records the meeting, and then it summarizes like the gist of it, and then every single key point that we talk about into like it's always like pretty much 100% accurate. Like everything we talk about throughout the meeting is done perfectly in bullet point format, and I can send that link on to someone else and they're able to view the video and read all the like bullet points and notes and summaries, and like that is insanely handy. It means no longer having to take notes on meetings or come up with shit afterwards. It just does it all fucking for you.
That is incredible.
Yeah, and it's cheap as fuck. It's like $18 a month or some shit for like again, it does everything for me. But yeah, like it's gonna be an interesting future to see how it actually has a long-term effect on major businesses and shit.
I genuinely wonder, and we're kind of seeing a point where exactly what you said, busy work is being treated as such busy work. It's the amount of people I know whose jobs have been automated and they just kind of go to work because they have to, especially in government.
Speaking of that, there was a dude on Reddit complaining because he worked for a mobile game company and he was a designer, and one of his jobs I think was creating like sprites. And he said that usually it would take him about like 2 weeks to create like a detailed like sprite thing. And there was another employee that did the same job as him that he always felt he was slightly better than. But their boss has implemented an AI system, I assume Mid-Journey, honestly, that he says is like currently doing his job better than he was in like, it went from like 2 weeks to make a thing to literally like 2 hours to get like a completely like functioning thing. And he was like, I used to love going to work, and now I hate it because like all my work's on the same level as like the other guy, and like I feel like my talent's being wasted, and I'm not like I get to be as creative and all. And like, on one hand I'm like, yeah, especially for artists that must be super fucking annoying, but on the other hand I'm going, yeah, but dude, you're making fucking sprites for a mobile game, like that's barely a job as it is. Like, yeah,
it's like you work for like Ubisoft Mobile, fuck off.
And like as far as his boss, of course, if I was his boss, of course I'd be like, use the fucking AI, we need like 300 of these things, we can like double our fucking workload.
Yeah. Do you play Justin Roiland's new game,
High on Life? Yeah, I did. Like I finished it. I thought it was fun enough.
Yeah. Did you notice all of the like graffiti and the posters on the walls and all of it? It's AI art. All of it. Like I recognized the styles, looked it up. Turns out, yeah, they used and I imagine with the dev cycle, it would have been a fairly early AI image generator. But it works. And like unless you have an eye or know what you're looking for, you cannot tell. It really raises
I didn't notice.
value. Yeah.
Like I mean, I'll like, on one hand, that makes me think like it's like not good that, it is probably going to create less opportunities for artists. But on the other hand, one of the biggest problems in gaming for a long time has been crunch, and like people forced to like work like a super long time over this shit and all. If it can optimize your job rather than replace it, then that's probably a good thing.
Oh, 100%. And what I think is there's also another one, Corridor Digital. Are you familiar with them? Yeah, they had that video a little while ago of AI generated animation. And they built their own. I mean, they use the same Stable Diffusion fucking everyone uses, which you can just get off like GitHub. But they made their own server, and they had the software process them as Vampire Hunter D characters, like from the anime, and they populated the like data sets with photos of them. So whenever they suddenly, like it took, effectively they had a script that took every single frame of the camera work, and it would run it through Stable Diffusion to say like, insert guy's name, Vampire Hunter D, anime style. Yeah. And it would like do that to every single frame, and you have the right data sets and enough photos of yourself in there with the right tags, and then combine that with a little bit of like clever post-processing and, a hell of a lot of work. It's still not easy for now. And
What I
Yeah.
thought I was gonna say, what I thought was funny about that though, like, was they got huge backlash on Twitter
Yeah.
about it. Like, they got absolutely decimated, right? But then I was looking into it more, and like they had like three extremely famous animators, like dudes. Like one of the guys is
Yeah.
like one of the original like fucking Disney dudes. Another guy is like they've been like working like Pixar and shit. And all those guys who actually work in the industry were like, this is fucking incredible and this is
Yeah.
really interesting and cool. But like everyone on Twitter was hand-wringing about like this is going to destroy 2D animation thing and all. So I was like, well, the fucking experts don't agree with you. The experts think that this shit is interesting and that's going to be another like tool in their belt that they'll be able to use. Like, I mean, rotoscoping's been a thing forever.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm pretty sure you saw the same video that I did with the Disney animator talking about rotoscoping and how they've basically been using the same plates for animation, like drawing over them for years, decades, you know, almost a century, really. And effectively, and I really like how those people recognize, like, this is the way the industry is going. It's not going to replace anything initially, not necessarily, but it's simply another way to kind of democratize the process.
Yeah.
Like, it's accessible for an entire group of other people that have an entirely different skill set to do it.
And like you said, like it still requires a ton of work. It's not like it's just plug and play.
Ton. Yeah, did you see the video where it shows how they put it together?
Yeah, I watched like that whole thing because I've loved corridor for years, and as someone who used to do like VFX shit when I was younger or whatever, like I fucking love watching all that shit.
Yeah, and it was still a wild amount of work.
Yeah,
and they still ran it through, you know, After Effects afterwards and did the anti-flicker and all of that, and it still took time. Like, it wasn't perfect.
Yeah, so I wouldn't worry, you know, that like we're going to be seeing completely AI animated movies within the next, you know, year or two. You'll probably see AI assisted, you know, movies and shit where they're going to use it for like, you know, but I mean, like, what's the difference between doing, say, for instance, a 3D like feature film, right? 3D animated feature film, and like procedurally generating the grass versus individually animating every fucking element, you know, like that's like you could argue is a simulation is like AI. That's just another tool at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing that I think about this, which is like, does it suck that artists are losing work? Yes, but the side that argues ultimately on the side of like, oh, ethics, you know, we should do this to keep these people employed, they always lose. They always lose. History always forgets about them. And the example I always go back to is tailors getting replaced with a fucking sewing machine. They were rioting in the streets. They were burning down factories. And here we are, you know, over 100 years later, and we're still using fucking sewing machines.
Yeah. No, there'll always be a place, I think, for like talented artists and shit. The only people that, again, I don't think they're going to be replaced. They'll end up using it in their own workflow. Will be like concept artists and shit, who rather than concept artists like used to go and have to, they'd use actual, say you want to do a fantasy scene, right? You're talking like big hills with a big castle on it and a dude in the foreground on a horse. They used to just go and get all those photos individually and put them together in a process called kit bashing and then like paint over them. Now they can just go into Midjourney and be like, generate this, and then they'll fix it up themselves in Photoshop and thing and all. Like, they're not gonna, those dudes aren't gonna be replaced. They're just gonna use a different method. Instead of having to use actual photos, they'll just use an AI generated base and then work off of that, which is like, it's the same thing.
I remember you sending me some, like the prompts you were putting in were fairly complex.
Yeah, the Midjourney's gotten really good. Like that's like the version 5 of their shit now, and like the stuff it can make is like getting really fucking close to being like perfect. They fixed hands. They pretty much fixed hands now. Yeah,
you showed me that last episode we recorded. You sent me pictures of Donald Trump storming the Capitol.
I was like, Donald Trump in Mar-a-Lago defending himself from the feds. Like, which, by the way, is he just like not going to jail now? Like, what's going on?
I don't know. I don't know. He showed up and he pled not guilty, I guess, but I have no fucking idea. And honestly, I don't really care. I really wonder what's going to happen in 2024. I do. Like,
I'm Googling this right now. They haven't even made the charges public yet. Like, all of them. Yeah, he's not going to fucking jail. No.
Or I don't know. The whole thing's fucking bread and circuses, dude. That's the entire thing is really wild and stupid.
Yeah, no, it's like, I'm well past giving a shit about any of this stuff anymore. It's just all fucking bullshit. But
Yeah,
I would say I do hope that he gets in again, just because of the sheer hilarity. It will be fucking
it is
hilarious.
very funny.
Like I am always in favor of the funniest thing happening, and that would easily
Yeah.
be the funniest thing.
Hey Joe, what do you think about Donald Trump?
Oh god, no.
I think Donald Trump was a very polarizing figure during his time in office, Nathan. He had a lot of supporters who appreciated his unorthodox approach to politics, as well as those who disagreed with his policies and behavior. As a public figure, it's important to be accountable.
Shut up.
I've always wanted centrist Joe Rogan to fucking appear. That's what I've always been looking for. Extremely fucking wearing 3 masks, double boosted fucking centrist Joe Rogan.
Yes, I've talked publicly about my experiences with drugs, particularly psychedelic compounds like mushrooms and DMT.
Shut up.
Gay Joe Rogan.
I just gotta say the gamer word. Just anything. Just be mean to me. Say something mean about my mom.
You can just find actual footage of Joe saying the gamer word.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a fucking ton.
He used to rip that shit regularly, but yeah, it's so I have a topic I want to discuss that I actually haven't that I haven't I told you a bit about, but I want to go into detail, and I think people will really enjoy this, because I've been talking for a long time about discussing Sam Hyde, and Sam has is now doing what I think may be one of the most interesting things he's ever done. Sam has made his own version of autistic Big Brother. If anyone has watched Big Brother back in the day, it was like a reality show where they put a bunch of people in a house together and they weren't allowed to leave for a set period of time, and they would have to do like challenges and games and shit and stuff, and it was just basically seeing how long before they all fucking went crazy. That was the gist of Big Brother. Sam has created something called Fishtank. Fishtank.live is the website. Sam headhunted 8 of the most autistic people he could find, and he has put them in a house for, I believe, something like 12 weeks together. And the chat is like interactive with the house. So you can buy tokens, and here's an example of some of the things you can do with those tokens. You can buy a loot crate. You can bring a crate of goodies to the contestant of your choice. You can do a snack delivery where a staff member brings a tasty snack to the contestant of your choice. You can shut cameras down or restore a camera feed. You can set off an EMP and turn off all the lights in the house. You can make the fish tank house extremely cold. You can make it extremely hot. You can remove a contestant's bed for the night. And you can swap everything in the freezer with everything in the fridge. You can also pay to have messages read out over the speaker that's set up throughout the house. Like multiple speakers set up throughout the house, and you can have it scream things at people.
Are there any rules? Because we just know that people are going to pool money together and just have slurs. Like
I'm pretty sure there's already been slurs. There was I'll get into one of the recent incidents. So I'm going to go through the contestants. Right, there's 8 contestants. Right, yep. Violetta, Simmons, Sylvia, Josie, Maro, Jonathan, Vance, and Damiel. Not Daniel, Damiel, Damiel. Right, so. Yep. Violetta is basically just a 23-year-old generic white girl from Alberta, Canada. She seems nice enough. She is not extremely online, but I think Sam chose her as like a control to see like how a normal person survives against the autists. Simmons is from Suzhou, China. He is 29 years old. He is a singer with a deep passion for music, and he often reflects on his childhood and wishes he had a singing mentor who could have helped him hone his craft earlier in life. He is dedicated to becoming the best singer he can be and is always striving to improve his abilities. He also loves roller skating and was once a champion in the sport. He's also an accomplished traveler, having visited 7 different countries or working on a cruise ship.
I think like these are like the best possible descriptions of these people as you can possibly put, because I saw the trailer that you sent me, and all of these people are basically like 2 steps away from nonverbal.
Yeah, legit. Sylvia, in my own words, is basically a typical fat OnlyFans whore. But in her words, she is a bold and unapologetic musician and artist from Tulsa, Oklahoma. At 23 years old, she's already made a name for herself on Instagram, where she goes by the alias Pissrupt, Pissrupt.
Wait, is she the one who's just sat down? You sent me a clip. The one who sat down and like did a puzzle.
No, that's
And then-
Josie. So she's the next one. I love Josie very much. I am
Yes.
Josie pilled. Everyone is team Josie. Josie is 21 years old from Arizona. She is Asian and she's an artist who, despite her shy and introverted nature, is a creative force to be reckoned with. With a passion for film and media, she attended college to hone her skills and develop her artistic voice. She's a self-proclaimed anime enthusiast and has a particular affinity for Dance Dance Revolution. Her love for gaming is evident in her pink and white gaming chair, which takes pride of place in her bedroom, alongside her collection of highly regarded animated series plushies. Josie is full-blown autistic. I mean, like,
what stage of the collapse are we in that we're watching like Big Brother, like autistic edition?
torture Big Brother autistic version. Like it's
You can pay to torture.
I'm gonna go through it super quick, but I'm gonna go into detail. So Maro is basically a fat Mexican gay guy. Vance is a regular delivery driver dude from Auburn, Washington, who's into like baseball and just normal shit. Daniel is a wannabe fucking influencer from San Francisco who claims he's half Filipino and half Irish. He's an influencer and a rapper, and he got to start as a Vine star.
Is he the one who said, "I fought 100 people"?
Something like that.
Like
but
110 pounds.
yeah, he said something like that. Yeah, but I want to go back to Jonathan, right? So Jonathan, heavily autistic, extreme fucking speech impediment, where every like R is a W. So he everything he says, he's like, "What were you guys doing over where?" Like it's like that. It's fucking ridiculous, right? He's a huge fan of Andrew Tate. He tells these. I don't know if anyone's ever met like an autistic person. You ask them a question, and they tell you a story, and it becomes extremely clear within like the first like 3 lines that this is a lie. This did not happen. They are making it up, and it never goes anywhere, and it meanders for fucking ages. And he has been doing this constantly since he got in the house. And they enabled the text to speech where you could donate and say something for the first time while he was in the middle of a story, and he's standing in the living room talking about some bullshit like in front of everyone, his hands up and everyone, just going like, and then this guy said to me, and he, what about it? And then just the TTS comes on and just blares over the thing. It just goes, "Shut the fuck up, retard, Jonathan." And he's like, "What the fuck? What the hell?" Everyone loses their shit, and he's like clearly upset, and like goes off to a corner to do more push-ups because he's been doing push-ups since he got in the fucking house.
At least he's doing something productive.
Yeah, Josie, in the first, like, they were waiting for everyone to arrive because they were all told to come to the house, and like some people were late and stuff. And there's a like genuinely 3-hour clip of Josie sitting in a chair spinning in circles for hours. In another clip, like everyone's walking around doing shit for another like hour and a half, and Josie is quietly doing a jigsaw puzzle that she completes and then just pushes back into the box while like everyone else is walking around her. They also gave her
that. Yeah, it was hypercut to King of the Hill music.
Yeah, and they also gave her autistic stimming toys. They're like glorified fidget spinners and shit, but there's like 4 of them, and like one of them is like a hungry hippos looking thing, one of them's like a fish thing, the fish go down like a little like metal tube thing, and she took them all to bed with her at 3 a.m. and they are all just making massive noise, and you can just go to like all the other bedrooms and you can just hear Joyce's fucking toys going bing 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 for like fucking hours. It is like the funniest fucking shit I have ever seen. Like I cannot wait for the sheer torture to begin. There's also something, a person
we used to talk about love on the spectrum, and now you found a new show about torture.
This is like active torture. This is incredible, right? Like, so something they announced them when they got in the house, and I was like, this is the best thing ever, is Sam comes in wearing like a blue suit and his hair tied up in a ponytail, and he's like, "I want you all to remember that after you go to bed at 1 a.m., the entity will appear and roam the halls. Do not make eye contact with the entity. He will not enter your room, but you are free reign when you're in the halls or the main areas. Do not look at the entity." And there's just like a dude in like a morph suit with a terrifying mask that like patrols the fucking house at nighttime and he just terrorizes them. Like it is, they are just slowly introducing more and more fucked up shit. And I cannot believe this is going to go on for so long. It's going to be incredible. It's currently 9:29 where they are, and they're re-enabling the text-to-speech at midnight. So basically the minute everyone goes to bed, people can pay to just absolutely torture them with loud sound effects and abuse.
Have you put any money into this? Have you
No,
tortured?
I've not yet, but I honestly I will. I'm
Oh my God.
I'm definitely going to. I am
This
going
is
to.
the litmus test, like the heaven litmus test. You failed.
Oh yeah. Going to this site alone that guarantees you would take it to hell, no fucking doubt. Fucking I'm gonna check and see what they're doing right now. But Sam already had to go on Twitter and be like, guys, can you please not abuse fucking Sylvia, the fat one, and call her a whale until like at least a few days in, because we can't have not like permanent psychic damage on day 2.
Yeah. Well, Joe, what do you think about Fishbowl?
I'm actually not very familiar with the Sam Hyde show Fishbowl, Nathan.
God
While
damn
I
it.
am familiar with some of Sam Hyde's work, I haven't had a chance to check out that particular show. Would you like to tell me more about it or share your thoughts on it?
No.
It's Fishtank.site. I suggest everyone go to it immediately. There's already like people have determined like their favorites and who they want to fucking get kicked out already. There is going to be people like eliminated. Fishtank.site. Sorry, it's the Fishtank.live. Sorry, Fishtank.live.
I wonder if Joe actually knows about that one. I fucked it up. I thought it was Fishbowl. But
yeah, fucking Simmons, the Asian dude, I think is doing charades right now.
Do you have it up in the background?
Yeah, I have it on our screen. I'm watching these. I've been watching this all fucking day, dude. I've just been had this on in the background while I'm working, while I'm doing everything, just watching these dipshits. At one point, Daniel got removed. Like, there's these guys that are dressed in like, there's 2 of them, one in red and one in white, and they wear like overalls and like motocross gear and then like hockey masks, and they just came in and just removed him from a room and took him out back. And I don't know what the fuck happened to him, but he's back now. Daniel lay in bed for 2 days straight. He did not get up. So I think they basically took him outside and probably beat the shit out of him and put him back in.
What?
It's incredible. You can switch like at any point. You can just click through all the cameras, and like one of the cameras is in the garage, and nothing has happened there yet. And but there's like rubber mats on the ground, and I'm excited to see what the fuck they do to them in there. Yeah, no. So basically, that's what I've been doing. I've been just working and then watching Fish Tank, and it's been fucking incredible. I highly suggest it.
That there is something so like I hate that I keep bringing it up, but it's true. There's something so horrifically dystopian about it that I can't quite put my fingers on.
I mean, like, this has been going on for a while. I think back to the original, like before Twitch, it was called Justin TV, and it came from the idea of this guy literally named Justin, like just live streaming his life, and that devolved into Twitch TV, and then he sold it for like fucking like millions to fucking Amazon. Dude's fucking loaded now. But like this stuff, like this idea of like, you know, whether it's like in a house or to someone streaming their life, whatever, has been like around for a while. I guess it just plays into like the overall voyeuristic like inclinations of people.
Yeah, I mean, we've all seen the Truman Show with Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
it like that whole idea goes way back, but it's still different when you get like 8 clearly, you know, mentally handicapped people and you shove them into a house and you get like the viewers get the right to torture them.
I want to say I do think that like I call them autistic. I think only maybe 2 are like legitimately like probably on the spectrum. The others I think are just generally socially retarded. But except for what's her name, the fucking girl Violetta, I think she is normal and is like the control group.
What about the delivery guy? I don't know enough. Like
he gives me like psycho vibes. I think he's likely to kill someone in the fucking house. He's like very quiet and calm and like generally polite, but every now and then he just like he's like standing off in a corner, like quietly staring at everyone. I think he's ready to snap. He's only day 2. But yeah, it's interesting watching how, especially how like because like right now, like honestly, they're not doing a ton. They're kind of boring, but it's going to be interesting to see how they like make this more interesting and how they like get like Sam is going to torture the fuck out of them and like turn this into a fucking sideshow. But it's a very, very, I don't know, it's weird. It's just there's a like seeing this like how like these like there's like I think your man fucking Simmons, the Asian dude, comes across extremely normie and quite nice, and I think he's going to break within like a few days.
I can see why now they've started introducing literal monsters. Well, like a man in a morph suit. Your man Daniel, I think, might be like literally coming down off fucking opiates. He seems fucking zonked. And
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to get like they're going to go insane with the entity starts patrolling more often. I am also excited for when the TTS begins at midnight and just all the rooms are just filled with every like 4chan poster ever in their heads all at once screaming at them.
Wait, it begins at midnight?
Well, no, so it's going on all the time, but they're doing the text to speech thing where you can pay coins to send messages over the speakers in the house. They're only beginning that at midnight.
Oh no, this is going to get really bad, man.
Yeah, so they did that on purpose. Like they're literally waiting for them to go asleep, and then the fucking audio messages are going to start up again. They had it on briefly today to test it, but just had the one guy called a retard. But the chat is also making me laugh really fucking bad. I don't know why. Like one of the guys, Jonathan, like he stood on a table like outside the field of view of the camera, and then like his face just appeared in front of it, and just one of the comments, all capitals, was "Don't ever do that again." that just made me laugh really bad. And like it's just like all the comments of people just like going insane are very good. But I would suggest everyone at least just go check it out just to see how fucking odd it is. Fishtank.live, it's just so weird. I love like odd internet like like stories like this.
Joe, how do you feel about torturing the mentally handicapped?
I find the idea of torturing anyone, including those with mental disabilities, to be abhorrent and morally wrong, Nathan. It's important to treat all individuals, regardless of mental or physical ability, with kindness and compassion.
So I guess he doesn't like what you're doing.
Joe's wrong.
He's wrong in most things today.
But yeah, no, that's that's basically all the news I have. Oh, actually, did you play Resident Evil 4 yet, the remake?
No. I need to. Like I talked about this before, like core memory game. But I haven't had, and my eye's been fucked. I can't do screens, and that kind of includes video.
Oh yeah, how's your eye doing?
It better. Asterisk. I got a little optimistic. I think I took a little too much screen time yesterday, like reintroducing it and starting to work again. And today it's just shit. It's garbage. I woke up and like it wasn't focusing on anything. So I think a little more time is needed. Just like a slower reintroduction would be better, or at the very least, just not dicking around my phone in my bed.
Yeah, no, I'm terrible for that too. You're like the second person I know with like severe eye problems. A friend of mine literally went to the hospital like last night. He really fucked the eye. He's got like a scratch in his cornea or some shit.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's really fucking bad.
Yeah. Those heal pretty quick, thankfully. Hopefully it doesn't scar. But
I think his is scarred because he's had this issue now over the past like 3 or 4 months, and like today they were like, yeah, no, it keeps getting like they said what keeps happening is it like scabs over and then it gets like wiped off by him blinking and shit, and then it reopens the wound.
Oh,
so he's like really fucked.
They're
with
probably gonna have to patch it closed.
Yeah, that's what he thinks. After surgery and shit.
Yeah, that fucking sucks. That actually really sucks.
Yeah, but Resident Evil 4 suggests is good.
Yes.
It's the best remake I've played. It's very, very good.
I fucking need to play it. I really liked the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes. Those were freaking good.
Actually, I'm replaying the Resident Evil 2 one because I never did the fucking Claire storyline. I just did Leon's.
No, I got No,
go ahead.
I got the Dead Space remake, and that's been sitting on my shelf for a couple months. Basically, haven't been doing anything with the television other than like putting Wendigoon on in the background and whatnot while I work.
I love Wendigoon. He released like a 5-hour video on Blood Meridian. Everyone go check that out. It's awesome.
Fucking love that book, and I love him. He's a good lad. We need to bring him on again. And he actually messaged back when we put that status up. So
I love to have Wendigoon on again. I love Wendigoon. Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't really, I've mentioned it a million times before, I don't really get time to play video games anymore. I just get like a few hours like on the Steam Deck like a week or so. Yeah, I've been really enjoying this. So I also have the Dead Space remake, and I have not played fucking anything of it. I played like the first mission, and then I just fucking went to bed. But the Resident Evil one really just fucking grabbed me. I don't know what it was about it. It was just really cool. I'm not like entirely against like remakes of like old games, like kind of updated to like modern play styles and control systems and shit.
Yeah, no, I fucking need to play it or anything really. But I think I said this last time. My ability to play video games in general, just with time and whatnot, started taking jujitsu.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it's fun. I go at like 6 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and
That's awesome.
yeah, it's probably the most fun that you can have, shoving another dude's balls into your face. But no, I actually highly recommend it. It is like I fucking suck at it. I suck at it. I'm going to eat humble pie. It's like there's a brain body disconnect when I see someone perform a move where I become very robotic and I can't really put it together without doing it like 6 or 7 times with very specific instruction. But
I think that's like everyone though when they first start. I don't think it's like a natural thing for a lot of people. I think it takes a bit to get used to.
oh, dude, there is like most of the class are like surprisingly jacked 30 to 40-year-olds, and then there's this like dental hygienist who has never done jiu-jitsu in her life, and she's just like, she sees someone demonstrate the move once and she's just like throwing people around like it's nothing. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it.
I always like my knowledge of fucking martial arts is extremely limited, but anytime I have watched, like I do like watching like the
It's
UFC and
illegal
shit.
where you're from.
Yeah.
Like everything else.
Yeah, pretty much. But anytime I watch like the UFC, I always think of like when I look at like any of the guys that are big into like grappling and shit. Like,
Yeah.
it always seems to me like it's like almost like a math problem. It's like, okay, my arm's over here, his arm's there. I've learned the formula to get out of this, and it's this, and then they do some shit. Like it always seems like it's a constant problem solving.
Yeah, it's wild, and we started with that. It's like, okay, if you're here, this is what you have to do. Like, this is how you use your mechanics. This is how you bend your spine. This is how you stack your vertebrae so you don't get knocked over as easily. The guy teaching it's like a 15-year physiologist with a master's degree, and it's all like street clothes. It's neat. It's neat. I think like after seeing people who are good at it, the idea of like taking them on in any unarmed format is horrifying to me. They would just break all of your bones instantly.
Yeah, I feel like the skill gap between like a trained person and an untrained person is a lot bigger than most people think.
Yeah, 100%. I think there's that weird like disparity. You when you talk to people and they're like, yeah, bro, I've been so many fist fights. Everything goes black or red and I start swinging, and then I wake up and everyone's on the floor. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like it's
you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah. But you meant, yeah.
Oh, did someone send you a picture of their balls?
Multiple people. Thanks for that. You motherfucker.
I got a message from Nick on Instagram who just sent me a screenshot of his message to you, and it just said photo, and then it had underneath from Lucas on our heart. And I said, oh my God, what was the pic? And you went, the balls shot, but with a rifle.
I knew it was coming, so I haven't opened it. I have several, and it's like, they're sitting in my fucking inbox, just like Schrodinger. I'm just leaving them as Schrodinger's nuts. Like,
now you know what I have to deal with all the fucking feet pics. I'm so happy. Everyone keeps sending ball pictures to Nathan.
Please don't.
Well,
it's not as many. I feel like it's more non-committal to send a picture of, your feet than to pull your scrotum out and place it inside the mag well of a rifle. It's
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I had so many feet pictures I got so tired of, and I'm so glad that I'm not the only one getting these.
Some of them had a lot of effort put into them.
People did. I will like thank people for that. They weren't just like random photo of feet. There was like some like feet in their bowl of cereal, feet in like beans. I got multiple like people holding guns with their feet. I
love those. I fucking love those.
Yeah, I was very impressed by the ingenuity of our listeners. It's very, very impressive.
Yeah. No, I fucking love our listeners. Holy shit. I met some of them at SHOT Show, which I talked about before, and they're just like I'm not going to fucking bloviate and masturbate to all of you people listening to this. You people. But no, it's fucking great.
Yeah. I still have to get out to like a convention like that or something. I haven't managed to get yet.
You should, dude. Well, next year, I think it's late January. You should come.
Yeah, I'd love to. I haven't. I need to, in general, take more trips away and more holidays and shit. I've been.
You do. You barely work. ChatGPT does all of your jobs. Do it from wherever.
True. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but these days I fucking spend like 12 to 15 hours inside working on bullshit and just not going anywhere doing anything. So I need to go and do more things.
Yeah.
But
Speaking
it
of
also
which, yeah.
Good.
It's probably a good thing you work at home, because having a bunch of places in your area been like violently broken into, or at the very least burgled.
Yeah. Like literally the house next door to me, someone tried to break in. They were luckily caught by like security floodlights went off, and then a neighbor noticed and started shouting, and like fucking 4 dudes sprinted out of the house into a car and drove away. I was here on my own one night, and there, like, I heard, like, I swear to God, I heard someone walking by like the gravel in like my backyard, and I ran out with a knife growling at like 3 a.m. and like I've been like on high alert and put in a bunch of fucking security cameras and shit and everything, but yeah, it's I don't know what it is, because like I live in a pretty nice area, and again, it's fucking Ireland. It's pretty fucking chill here in general, unless you're in the middle of like Dublin city centre. So I don't know what's going on, but nothing yet. And if it does happen, I will kill someone with one of the various steak knives I've hidden throughout the house.
Yeah, I was going to say, with like Irish law, your probably best bet is like, I don't know. I mean, if you actually give a shit about the law, probably just like taping a steak knife to, I don't know, a curtain rod.
Yeah, you have to like a really easily explain. It's like a few things. You have to have an easily explainable reason why you had a weapon. So like I've just put various household items that could be used as a weapon, like a hammer,
fucking retarded,
like, around the house. And then the other one is like you have to like prove that the person had like every chance of getting away, and that you didn't like stop them from leaving or anything like that. So you have to leave a clean line of sight to like an exit. But I pretty much come to terms with the fact that if it happens, I'm just going to fucking go 8 mode and then just go to jail. I just don't care.
I was going to say, just like you don't have a lot of options. I mean, you could theoretically just 3D print an FGC9 and turn them into meatloaf, but still.
Yeah, then I would never get out. Then that's jail forever.
I mean, you live in buttfuck Ireland. There's a lot of corpse. You could do it. What's the Irish tradition? Pipe bombs, I think.
Yeah. Just booby trap my house. I would die. Like I would definitely kill myself. Like,
much like Irish Home Alone starring Lucas.
I'm pretty sure also like 3 times I've realized in the morning that I've just left my back door completely unlocked. So like that isn't good.
You're
I'm
going
clearly
to wake
not
up with like 3 meth heads with a saw standing over your bed.
Straight up, like I clearly am not taking this seriously enough. Like,
does Ireland have a meth problem? I wonder, because like I was talking with Paige, who still hasn't. I need to get the two of you in a room together.
Yeah.
Talking to Paige about meth zombies, and I don't know if that's a problem we have here, but I also never go outside and I avoid downtown like it's the fucking plague. Has meth come to Ireland?
There's definitely meth here, but the problem here is always heroin, which like there's an Irish American comedian named Des Bishop who used to do a bit about this, where he was like, in fucking America they're all on crack, so they've got unlimited stamina and like superpowers and shit. He goes, a crackhead tries to rob you, you run away, he's like running backwards beside you, keeping up the same pace, going like, run motherfucker, come on, give me a chase, come on, let's go. He goes, whereas like in Ireland they're all on heroin, so it's just some guy coming up to you going, give me your phone. Don't run. Don't. Oh, for fuck's, he's gone. Fuck's sake. He's like, so which would you rather be mugged by? You know?
Christ, I didn't even know heroin was still a big thing around, but you know.
Oh, dude, heroin here is a major problem. But it means they all move in slow motion, so they're easily like confused and fucking evaded.
Yeah. I live in a small city, and I've brought this up before, but fucking whatever. I live in a small city that's turning slowly into a big city. There's just like 10 cities popping up everywhere, and crackheads walking around, you know, mugging people. And
Fantastic.
This pisses me off. I fucking hate Reddit. I hate Reddit. I hate Reddit. Fuck, I hate Reddit. I think that, like, the only good thing on Reddit is, like, Fosscat and gun accessories for sale. That's it. But there's a subreddit called Ask a Canadian. It came up, like, I got an email because I haven't figured out how to turn, like, Reddit emails off. And it's a thread called Ask a Canadian, in a subreddit called Ask a Canadian, about like, hey guys, I live in a major city and violent crime's gone up here a lot, and I know a few people have been victims of it. Do you have any advice on like some sort of a weapon or anything I can carry? And all the response was so fucking gay. Everything
Almost like, maybe you should think about the poor marginalized people that are being forced into these situations that they have to commit these crimes, like
yes,
shit like that.
I wish I was joking, but yeah, no, that was like those were like major responses. Like, well, we should look at the marginalized people, and we should look at the things that cause these situations and cause crime to happen, instead of putting more weapons onto our streets. This isn't even about guns. It's not even about fucking guns. It's about things like pocket knives, pepper spray, tasers, and all of the comments were like, "Oh no, like why would you ever do anything like that?" Just like.
Well, it's like how like there was riots in like somewhere downtown in like America the other day, and all the comments were like, if you're robbing a grocery store, you're not doing it because you're greedy. You're doing it because you need the food. And then like all the footage comes out, and it's just people stealing fucking widescreen TVs from Walmart. They're not taking food. They are not in need of food.
Yeah, I saw a looted Walmart in Chicago the other day. Apparently, a lot of those Walmarts have been shut down now, but. Like the entire grocery section was looted. Everything was looted, cosmetics, electronics, everything. Everything was just fucking looted, and there's garbage all over the floor. You know what they didn't touch? The fucking vegetables.
Yeah, no, it's never like people coming out with like, I'll be honest, if I saw a dude shoplifting like a roast chicken, I'd be like, I don't give a fuck, who cares? It's a big corporation, I don't give a shit. Yeah. But like it's like it's never that, it's always like just luxury items and shit.
Yeah, you're stealing a bunch of fucking Marvel Funko Pops. Get fucked. And like I'm not gonna narc anyway, because that's
I don't give a fuck either way. Like fuck these corporations. But like, at the same time, it's like you can't be surprised when they pull out of the place, because again, it's not like these people are stealing the necessities they need to live. Like they're not going out with fucking baby diapers and milk and food and shit. They're leaving again with like the highest valued Lego fucking collection they can find. They can resell on eBay.
And like 2 weeks later, we're going to all see it in like eBay and flea markets and whatnot. Like I go to a local flea market here every once in a while, and I found some pretty good like camping gear and stuff there. But occasionally you'll see like people selling a bunch of Gillette razor blades and stuff that very clearly like fell off a truck somewhere.
I saw some like woman posting on Facebook a bit ago, like literally like household items. You're talking like fucking fabric softener and like toothpaste and mouthwash and thing and all. And she was literally just like being like, everyone get your orders in before like 3 o'clock, like new stock coming in. And she was just like going to Walmart and stealing. Like I was like, honestly, respect the hustle. Like that's, but like it's just hilarious to imagine that like the reason that people are doing this is because they're like impoverished and that they don't have anything else. It's like, no, they're just fucking stealing.
Else. Yeah. And it's like the same sorts of people who are like, oh no, like you have to adjust the root crimes. Like just don't, like they would be fucked if they ever got into a situation like that. Absolutely.
Trump wants to put all the homeless in camps. I'm in favor.
I fucking saw that. I can't believe that was real.
Trump just trying to be like where he's like, we're going to clean up the streets, we're going to put them in camps, we're going to offer them like addiction counseling. If they don't want it, not our problem, they're not getting out. Like, me, dude.
Jesus Christ. I like everything about that is just nightmare dystopia. But at the same time, we live in a nightmare dystopia, so is this really a surprise?
Yeah, it's like it's I don't know, it's just it's hilarious to seeing like every like sci-fi graphic novel like 29.9 AD shit that you've read coming to reality like in real time.
It's just like, which weird fucking hellscape do we want to live in? It's like the fucking neoliberal hegemony of just like everything is super gay and retarded, or do we want to live in a reality where Donald Trump is rounding up all the homeless people and putting them into camps? Like, it's all terrible. It's so bad. I hate this place. I
always think of that old Judge Dredd comic where there's like a really fat dude standing on the edge of a building about to jump, and the judge is like the negotiator. He's like, that fat guy's like, I don't even want to live anymore. And Judge Dredd's like, well, suicide's a crime, so get down before I shoot your fat ass off the ledge now.
Based. God, fuck. So I've gotten to that point of like finally everything's kind of coming together. I've gotten to the point of telling like my in real life friends who don't really know anything about this stuff about my plans to move to America. And like most people are like, oh fuck yeah, finally, oh even and like one of them now is fighting with me about it, and clearly I don't know. A lot of people are like, "Oh no, America, it's so dangerous. You're going to die there." My dad, his response was like, "Why would you ever go there? It's so dangerous." And like the place that I'm going to has had like 4 murders in the last 8 years, and they all took place in the same fucking day. But
Kill streak. UAV unlocked.
UAV's 3 kills. What's 4 kills? Not the turret. Shit.
Fucking missiles in there or some shit.
Yeah, I think no. The UAV is the no.
UAV is the map, UAV, and then like the fourth was like fucking
predator drone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fucking wild the things that people are saying to me about America. It's like, oh, you're just going to get killed by homeless crackheads, or you'll die from a miscarriage when they don't let you have an abortion. What?
I don't think you're at risk of that.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I'm talking to this particular friend, and she's like, oh, they're trying to ban birth control and all this like what? Where is this coming from? She starts sending me like clearly pundit links. I'm like, I don't care about any of this, and also it's just not true. Like the things you're saying are not true, but I don't care enough to refute them. And then she starts talking about like how I'm going to die from America's terrible healthcare system and everything else. And all healthcare systems have problems, but the argument, even if what she was saying was true, I would make the argument that I'd rather survive in debt than die in a wait list.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Plus, I've heard repeatedly from people I know in America, but like when it comes to like medical debt, you can like people don't realize you can like haggle. You can straight up just be like, I'm not paying that. Like you can just like fight the hospital and like get it massively reduced.
Yeah, because like you can't draw blood from a stone. But that being said, I'm not American. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I just figure,
Well, I take advice from my financial counselor, Sam Hyde, who had a whole video on this on how to like debt max. And it was basically like just like get a credit card, like a $20,000 limit, completely like max it out, buy whatever the fuck you want. When they call for the money, just put on like the voice. He goes every time you want something from anyone, tell them a fucking story. He goes, anytime you want anyone, you just go, you're going to sit here, you're going to listen to me for 20 fucking minutes while I tell you a story. And you just start and you put on a voice just like, geez, dude, I got these other fucking bills. I gotta pay. I got a thing on my back, and I gotta pay for the pills. And it's I don't know, dude. And you go on for like 20 minutes like that till eventually they'll just put you to like debt collection, and they call you and you do the same thing. And at some point they'd be like, okay, well, how much can you pay like per month? And you'd be like, dude, I don't know, with the bills, with the pills for my back, and like maybe like $2. You pay them like $2, and then eventually after like 6 months they will just want to clear this debt off, and they'll call you to settle, and they'll be like, how much can you pay? Like $1,000. And you go, dude, I just got fucking paid, and like I got this I got like $300 today, but I gotta pay for the pills tomorrow, so I can do like 300. And then they'll take the $300 to get you to fuck off. that's the secret to debt maxing. You will have a dog shit credit score, you will never get a mortgage, but you can just like do this for the rest of your life.
That is actually really fucking funny. Then that kind of reminds me, and this is a bad on my part, this is a stupid. I got a new phone with an American service plan. I had everything put together, and I canceled my other phone plan, which had the same phone number on it. And they didn't get the memo, because they kept charging me, and they kept charging me, and then eventually for non-payment, which I didn't know about, because I tied this, like, little paranoid me, I tied this to an email that was made entirely just to make that phone. So for whatever reason, I went into it because like I had one other account, and it turns out that I owed them like $500. They shut down the account. It went to debt collection. And then debt collection was like, just give us $100 and this goes away. just over time because I'd been trying to.
Yeah. You got to make yourself a fucking problem. Like you can get that down to $20 if you tell them a story for 40 minutes. if they get on and they're like, listen, pay $100 to go away, and you just be like, dude, I got this fucking cat that can't get out of my fucking like vents in the fucking house, and he's been fucking pissing everywhere. Whole house smells like cat piss. Like you do that for a solid 40 minutes, they will be like, give us $5, go away. Like, also, just update on Fish Tank. One of the funniest comments I've seen so far. The guy John, the autistic.
Have it on in the background.
Yeah, I haven't stopped watching it all day. The John, the autistic Andrew Tate supporters by the sink, and someone just comments, "John, you're strong enough to stop the garbage disposal blades with your hand. Do it now."
Can they? Are they reading out these comments?
I'm just reading the comments. The TTS doesn't start for another like 2 hours, so they can't see this. But like people are just commenting, and it's making me laugh.
How long is TTS a day?
I don't know. They had it disabled today because it's only day 2, and I think they want to like ease these guys into this shit. But I think that they're starting the text to speech at midnight tonight, and I think it's like 3 or 4 tokens or some shit. So like you can get like 100 tokens for $10, and it's like 3 or 4 tokens to do a TTS.
So I asked Joe how he feels about scamming debt collectors, and he gave me a very lame response.
Of course
so
he did. The gay.
I hate this. I just like that.
Oh, another thing in Fish Tank, there's a gumball machine in the house, and one of the guys put a quarter in, and he got out what was in the gumball machine, and it was a little ball, and inside it was chewed up food.
Oh man, it kind of reminds me like one of these days I want to do like an Easter egg hunt. I don't know if it's going to be for like friends or people I know or like a significant other or something like that, or just like start doing it around the city. You know those plastic Easter eggs that you pop open, you put stuff in. Just fill them with the worst, most random stuff. You like scrambled eggs or just.
So I have a funny story. So the big like chocolate manufacturer in Ireland is Cadbury's, right? Yeah. And the UK too. And they recently at Easter they did this like an online Easter egg hunt thing where you could like it was kind of like they combined like Google Maps on like their own system where you could like put an Easter egg in a certain location and then send a link to someone, and they had to try and find the digital Easter egg, right?
Yeah.
But my mother sent this to a friend of hers. And my mother goes, "You're not going to believe what's happened." And I was like, "What?" And she goes, "I just got this voice message." And she plays it, sends it to me. Her friend thought that the egg was in real life and had driven for about an hour to go and look for it. And he leaves this voice message being like, "I'm after looking for the egg, but I can't find it out here. Someone else must have gotten to it before me. They must have found it before I could get here." And I was like, "Is this fucking real? Did she actually do this?" And she's like, "Yeah, no, she drove to go and look for this with like her fucking daughter in the car, like her like 3-year-old daughter. I went out searching for an egg that she thought was placed by Cadbury's in real life, like via their website."
Fucking funny. What egg in the world is worth driving an hour for? In these gas prices too.
Yeah, fuck that. If someone told me I've hidden an egg somewhere in the village, I'm like, "That's great, good job. I'll go to bed."
Yeah. Like I don't care.
I do not give a shit.
Yeah. But imagine, you're walking home from work one day and you see an egg, that like peeking out behind a bush, and you go and you open it, and there's just like a rusty Kershaw knife inside of it. There's no explanation. There's no nothing.
I just piss in the egg and put it back. Like double it and pass it on to the next person.
That kind of reminds me. I bought some stuff a little while ago from a guy. There's gear sales on Instagram, and he knew who I was, and I knew who he was, and he sent like, I think I bought like one magazine, and he sent a large box, and inside of it were a pair of gloves, a roll of duct tape, a rusty knife, a sticker that said "Let's go get some jacked women," and
that's a rape kit, Nathan.
There's a can of beans with tape all over. He knew. He fucking knew.
Yeah, you're going to jail. Someone finds that. That's being linked to multiple missing women. But the funniest thing you've ever told me still was the time you went to the airport and just found a whole fucking load of like ammunition in your bag and had to dump it in an airport bin. I was like, imagine being the cleaner finding that. Like, just being like, someone was about to go no Russian and then just like had last minute fucking cold feet and just dumped it. Like,
I remember that. It was like a 40 mil. It was inert. But still, it went into a garbage can. And, you know, someone who knows what they're looking for probably got a bit of a shock. But it wasn't like a controlled item. I don't think.
there's like some Mexican dude out there now, like they're like telling his family, like, I didn't survive the shooting. Then he shot up the place, man. I fucking survived. I found the bullets. He's like telling his family, you know, he died in an airport.
Dude, I found out the other day that the federal government here, and I don't want to get in the weeds about politics because it's fucking boring. And, you know, if you're listening to a Schizocast, you either don't want to hear about it or you really want to hear about it. And this is kind of in the middle. I found out that the government of Canada is advertising in other countries saying like, hey, move here, please move here. Like, we have great healthcare and we'll take care of you. And I've never heard of a country like advertising to get immigrants, but I've heard of a couple of Uber drivers have talked about it. It's fucking weird to me.
Yeah, like the only time I see that it usually is like some like South American countries. They won't like advertise to get people in, but they will like advertise benefits of being there, like kind of like low key. You know, they'll be like, you know, we've got a 4% tax rate, guys. You know, like shit like that. You know, they'd be like, but they aren't like actively going, you should move here. You know, like.
Yeah, no, it's super, super, super weird. There was a Uber driver from India, and he drove my friend somewhere, and he was talking about how he moved his whole family here, and he spent basically his life savings getting to Canada. Now he can't fucking afford anything, and he basically ruined his life. And by the end of the drive, Amazing. He was in tears.
That's fucking horrifying. I would have started crying if I was in that Uber. Yeah, Jesus Christ, dude.
That fucking sucks, but it is wild. Why, like, taxpayer money to lie to people
to trick immigrants into ruining their lives?
Yeah. And like, there's so many immigrants here now, and I feel fucking bad for them. Like, this city has like a 0.4% vacancy rate. I remember a little while ago. Remember Hillary?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to, well, she was in Japan. I was helping her scout out apartments. So I was looking at downtown apartments that, like, the few that were available at the time, and all of them were filled with Indian people, and all of them were like 6 people per apartment building.
Jesus Christ.
Apartment. So, like, 3-4 people sleeping in the living room, 3 people in the bedroom. Like, you see ads like, hey, here's a hallway. Pay $800 a month.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we get that in Ireland, but they're all like fucking Brazilian tech workers for like Facebook and shit. And these dudes are making like crazy bank, but they're like living like that, like 32 people to a 4-bedroom like apartment.
That fucking sucks. That is awful.
Yeah, it's just that like they're like understandably are like wanting to like save money. They came here to make money to save it or to like send it back home, and then like the prices here are so fucking crazy that like over half of their like wage would be going on rent for like a 1-bedroom shithole. So they're like, right, well, I'll just sleep in this fucking, you know, like dormitory for the next like 2 years and stack some cash, which is like, I totally get, but it sucks that's even the situation. Like here, like the cost of living has gone fucking ludicrous.
Yeah. No, 100 fucking.
I feel like I talk about this every episode and I feel bad. People are very sick of it, but like, just do not come to Ireland. It's so expensive here. Like it's insane.
Wild. Yeah, all of the UK and like Europe is so fucking expensive. It's getting expensive here too. I remember a while ago I was trying to get you to move here. And I'm like, dude, everything's cheap, and like comparatively to Ireland, it is cheap. But that gap is slowly.
Like I even remember like from like the first time I visited you to the last time, seeing like a major difference in the price of shit. Like because when I was there the first time, I was looking at like apartments and shit, and I was like, wow, you can get like a really nice like fucking like 2-bed for like 1,200 Canadian a month. That's wild. And
yeah, then, that was a nice one. Like you could go there.
Yeah, and now like you were showing bases, and it was all up to like 1,800-1,900 for like worse places.
Yeah, it's
and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's fucking wild. But that's exactly it. It's like we're bringing all these people in, and again, like I feel bad for these people. We do not have the infrastructure to fucking sustain them, or the people who are already fucking here.
Yeah.
But either way, fuck this place. I'm gonna go live in the woods.
In the woods. Yeah, I assume you don't want to say where you're going in America, but is it a rural sort of area?
Semi-ish. It's smaller than here. I would compare it probably closer to Truro, except it's like Truro, where like probably 4 people are going to recognize his name. If it wasn't full of crackheads.
That's nice.
And
It's
like,
always a plus.
yeah, and the roads were nice. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I don't want to jinx it, so I'll say, after things really come together.
Yeah. Well, it's cool that you're finally getting it getting it sorted, and you're going to actually make the move.
Yeah, no, it's fucking time. I've been talking about it for like 2 years, probably more than that. God, this podcast's been going on for a hot minute, hasn't it?
How long has the podcast been going on?
Almost 52 weeks in a year. We've never missed weeks, so we're almost up in episode 100. It's almost 2 years.
Jesus.
Yeah.
When the fuck did I start coming on here? I was on pretty early, wasn't it?
Pretty early. First Schizocast was when Mitch took his first break. For episode 100, going to get Mitch back on, if he agrees. But he's doing pretty well. We talk quite a bit.
He's gonna listen to like 3 previous episodes and be like, I'm never going back to this again.
Like podcast. So he was open. He's like, it's not my thing. I don't even think he listened to any of them. But
yeah, I feel really bad. Even like the first time I even came on here, and I was just like telling dick jokes, and then he was like trying to conduct an actual interview about like tech media. And I was just like, Nathan, remember that time we went to an orgy?
It was a pretty funny fucking story. Though.
I told my mom that recently.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd that go over?
I was just like, I can't even remember how it came up. We were talking about like someone on TV or whatever, and I was just very casually like, I went to an orgy in Canada. She was like, what? I like to every now and then just drop some absolute wild shit she hasn't heard before and just see her reaction, because it's always really funny.
What did she say?
She was just like, what was it like? And I was like we didn't like take our clothes off or whatever. We were like very worried about that, but everyone there was cool. And like told her like, but like some guy came out like cupping his balls to cover his dick and like shaking her hand. I was like, you don't have to cover your dick, dude.
You don't have to cover, but please don't shake my hand.
Yeah. And she was like, that's insane. I was like, we brought ice cream sandwiches, and she's like, what's wrong with you? I was like, funny.
It was funny. It's very academic. Like I would not have gone.
No, I just always like to do like the funniest thing possible, and I was like, the story of being like, I brought ice cream sandwiches to an orgy is like one of the funniest things I can possibly think of.
It was very funny.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
I still feel bad for that person I stepped on.
Yeah, I love that part. do you ever like recount like stories you've told like to people in real life and realize that like the shit we've done is not fucking normal?
It's not normal.
Like I feel like we got a bit of that when we were telling Wendigoon about our LA trip, and he was like, what is wrong with you guys? And we were like, funny.
It was very funny. God, fuck, no, we are weird people, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I just I was like just you can make almost any situation like just is significantly more memorable thinking about like, what is the most inappropriate thing I could do right now? I'm just doing that thing. Like that's generally what I try and do.
Oh man, I wonder what LA is like now. It can't be good. It can't be good.
The last time I was there was probably like I think I went there like briefly in like 2019 or some shit.
You've been there since we went. We went in 2016.
Yeah, I think we were at the 2017 E3, and I went again like 2 years later or something.
Yeah,
and even then there was noticeably more like fucking homeless and shit. And since then, from what I've seen online, that problem has only like exponentially grown.
Yeah, no, it seems awful. And when you see photos of a place, you always have to take it with a grain of salt. Like, where exactly has this place was this taken? But apparently it's become a really, really, really big fucking problem. I think it was San Francisco. I saw a video a while ago of just like, it was a business owner spraying homeless with a hose. Yeah, you saw that? Yeah,
I remember the big controversy around it and people being like, this is disgusting. And I was like, yeah, like I totally get how the initial like like, you know, footage is like, you would feel bad spraying a homeless person with a fucking hose.
Yeah.
But like the background to it was that like they had been like hassling people that were coming to like his fucking business for ages. They had like shit on the fucking doorstep.
Yeah.
Like it was just a nightmare, and he called the police repeatedly and they'd done nothing about it. Now I'll be honest, I probably still wouldn't have sprayed them with a hose, but I probably would have gone and been like, get the fuck out of here, and I fucking like started shouting and shit.
Chasing with a fucking like steak knife taped to a curtain rod.
I would have been like waving a broom around, screaming, you know.
Yeah.
But it's fucked. Like, apparently, like the police just no longer even try. And even when I was there, because I was there in like 2020 or something.
Friend?
Yeah, it's a fucking shithole.
Sorry, it's awful.
Dude, so like I the story I was telling was like I got my Uber from like from the airport, and my colleague had booked the hotel we were staying in. As we're driving, I'm going to like we're passing by like full on like Escape from New York fucking like shithole, like cars burnt out fucking metal bins and shit. And I'm going to the driver like, am I staying in like a fucking crackhead neighborhood? Like, did we fuck up? And he was like, oh no, this is a pretty nice area. You're staying in like the Broadway area. And where we were was like directly opposite like the like San Francisco theater where they do like all the Broadway shows and shit. And the like street that I was on was nice, and one street over was like Crackhead Village. And I was like, this is terrifying.
Yeah, that's fucking awful. Everything about that is just awful.
Yeah, I would recommend it to anyone. Like, I still went out at 3 a.m. just to see if I get into some fucking hijinks, and I met like some random Canadians that I made friends with. But like, aside from that, like, I would not recommend going and hanging around fucking San Fran at any time of night. It's apparently gotten worse again since then.
Yeah, fuck that. I spent, I want to say like 16 hours in San Fran, and I just went shooting with a friend. Like he just picked me up, and we went to probably the one gun range we could go shoot his Cali compliant fucking AR at, and left in the morning. But from like what little I saw on the way to his place, it's a nightmare. It's awful.
Yeah, the people there are also like super fucking annoying and judgmental. Like, if my friend and I were talking about like anything politics related, but like normie fucking opinions, not the shit that I even spout on here. Like if you were doing it like in a public place, people would be like genuinely giving you the stink eye, or would even come up and like hassle you and shit. And I was like, this would happen like nowhere else, especially like where I'm from. If you heard someone fucking saying the craziest shit ever, you just be like, fucking look, just walk by. But over there, they seem to have this fucking like need to be like, it's not a shithole actually. Everyone loves it here, and there's like a crackhead beside them shitting on the ground.
That kind of reminds me of that video that I was talking about, the one that we both saw of the guy spraying the homeless dude. So I went online because I had to know a little more about the discourse, and exactly what you said. Everyone's, there's a lot of controversy around it. Why would he do that? Why, like, would he treat someone with no dignity? That's violence. He should be arrested, yada, yada, yada. Then I went to the San Fran page and looked at the San Francisco local discussion about it. And all of the comments, and, it's sorted by, the most like the least. Like, yeah, I would have done it too. Fuck this guy. Like, I've seen this guy before. He took a shit against my car. Like, all stuff like this. All cheering it on. And occasionally people would come in being like, this is wild. Why would anyone think this? Like, you all are disgusting. And most of the replies to that were like, you don't fucking know what it's like. You don't live here. Like, we have to live with this every day. And like my friend that I talked about, that I went shooting with that time, he moved out of San Fran. Everyone I know in San Fran has moved out of San Fran. Ironically, like my neoliberal family, who his whole thing was move to San Francisco. He moved back here, and this place sucks. So how bad is San Fran? Yeah, no, like it's
even here in Ireland, I've been in like 3 different fucking fights with junkies, and again, they're heroin junkies, not crackheads. If I lived in San Fran, I would absolutely be dead by now. Like I would like have started a fight with some fucking junkie for like hassling me and got stabbed to death, like, or my face eaten. I could not handle that shit.
No, that's awful. You never win in a knife fight. We've talked about this before. It's like gun, rush, knife, run.
Yeah.
But I've seen too many like live leak videos. I hate watching videos of people die, but I've seen too many. videos of just like people getting stabbed by just absolute retards, and
Yeah,
they're
I've,
all
like
awful.
it's I don't enjoy it, but I've been seeing that shit since I was like fucking like 10. I don't know. It's like emblazoned in my brain now. It just like it's probably why I am the way I am. But like it just
Yeah.
like
You know, 13-year-old us with unrestricted access to the internet.
yeah, no, I the thing is that seems to be like a fucking universal like experience too, from what I've
Yeah.
seen. Like there's like TikToks and jokes and shit about like me watching an ISIS beheading video and then going to maths class at 12 years old.
Yeah.
Like,
I was gonna say, like, remember E-Bombs World?
yeah,
Yeah, E-Bombs World, Newgrounds, like
yeah.
back when the internet was like more decentralized. I think like everything came together around a few social media platforms, and now everything else sucks. Like,
Do you remember Newgrounds?
yeah,
I fucking love Newgrounds.
Yeah, playing like who is that character? Pico. I want to say. Yeah. Playing the games with that dude, and like
Ting Ting, Pico, the Madness Interactive.
Yeah, those were fun. Those were well animated too.
You can't even like fucking properly play them anymore. You have to download like this app that someone has independently developed. They like archived all the old Flash games. Like you can't just play them in your browser anymore. It doesn't fucking work.
Flash isn't supported by anything.
Yeah, exactly. It's so shit.
Yeah. No, it's garbage. And like Newgrounds is still around apparently. Like if you
It is, yeah, it still exists, but it's just like a shell of its former self. But like it's still there. But like to be fair, I think a lot of the guys from it are still like doing their best to support like original creators and stuff from there. Like Tom Fulp, who like started Newgrounds and shit, he like is still heavily involved. Like he's in the fucking Smiling Friends series. He plays the boss. That's Tom Fulp, and like he like still does a ton of stuff. Like guys like fucking Zach from Smiling Friends and Oni Plays and Chris O'Neill, like all those dudes, they all got started on Newgrounds back in the day.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that tracks.
Yeah, like I think it's only like the guys that managed to successfully transition over to YouTube that managed to like stay doing well.
Yeah, and now YouTube's getting really weird with other corporate policies and everything.
Yeah,
and just seeing their influence on creators that I like unalived, all of that stuff. No one can swear. No one. Like the gun content all getting taken down. It sucks how everything's becoming so centralized and corporate.
Yeah, I really fucking hate it. I this is something I genuinely consider like writing like a fucking essay or like a book or some shit about, like how like the internet used to be like so widespread. There was like these niche forums. There was like like blogs. Now it's like 5 websites is like the entire internet. It's like Reddit, Twitter, fucking Facebook, TikTok, and like Instagram maybe. Like that's basically the entire internet. No one just makes like these little forums or shit anymore. Like that's why like although it is dystopic and shit, things like Fishtank.live and shit, like it does capture that old essence of like random usernames talking shit, like that was like there back in the day. So like I think that's like part of the reason why things like this always interest me, because I'm like it's like a little like time capsule, like it's like not as bad as like 4chan, which is just retarded now, and like it's got that same kind of weird anonymous community thing going on.
I kind of like that. What you may say about torturing retarded people. I almost said differently abled. What's fucking wrong with me? Spending too much time with my sister. She yells at me whenever I say that word, but I will not budge on it.
Did you tell her I say hello?
Sure.
Thanks. I've never even met your sister, but I just keep constantly making jokes about her being hot. But
well, she gets offended at the word retarded, so that should tell you everything you need to know.
I'll turn her. No, I have a girlfriend who I love very much. My favorite thing about her is the fact that she does not give a fuck about me saying shit like that.
Has she heard any of these episodes?
Yeah, actually, I played her the Wendigoon one, and she was like the moment I was like, I'm gonna marry this girl, when she was like dying laughing at the stories, and then I went to like turn it off after like playing like one bit, and she was like, no, keep it on, I like this. Although the other day I listen to podcasts when I'm in the shower, right? And I was listening to Matt and Shane's secret podcast, Matt McCusker and Shane Gillis, and I come in out of the shower, and she goes to me, you really love yourself, don't you? And I was like, yeah, why? She was like, you listening to your own podcast in the shower? I was like, no. I was like, what are you talking about? And she apparently thinks I sound like Matt McCusker. And I was like, no, I'm not listening to my own. She goes, I thought you were in the shower listening to the Art and War podcast, laughing in the shower at yourself. I was like, I know I'm an arrogant dickhead, but I'm not that fucking bad. Jesus Christ.
That's so fucking funny. I'm gonna out myself though. I listen to every episode.
I don't listen to everyone, but I do listen to like when we have cool guests on like Wendigo, and I do sometimes go back and listen to bits and shit. But again, I've told every fan messages me shit, and I am always so confused at what the fuck they're talking about until I realize like this is a topic that I probably discussed for 30 minutes on the podcast and I have no recollection of. I forget everything I say.
I don't remember 90% of the things we've talked about in this, other than like torturing retarded people and putting scrambled eggs inside Easter eggs. And
I sometimes forget that I do this podcast, and then like a dude messaged me being like, "How's the 3D printer going?" And I'm like, "Who are you? Why are you messaging?" I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine.
But that's exactly it. We're just like fucking having a conversation, and every time I have a conversation, I don't remember the things I talked about. But I do love when people fucking message about.
Yeah, me too. It's always
it's
great.
A nice feeling.
Yeah, I also use it as like my girlfriend's always going, "You think you're so funny, don't you?" And I'm like, the people on the fucking podcast do. They fucking listen to me all the time. Fuck you. So,
I find it so funny when people are like, "What do you do for a living?" And I'm like, I have a podcast. I'm a podcaster. So yeah, I just feel like such a fucking loser.
I resorted to what my dad used to do, which was like my dad used to work for like a company that was like back when software was physical on discs. They like manufactured and like created and like shipped all like the software. He used to just tell people when they ask him what he does, just go, "I'm a box maker."
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I just started doing that now. I just go like I do shit online. Everyone's just like, okay.
Yeah, I usually default to like I'm a graphic designer because I am technically.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Like I also have and then like eventually people are like, "Oh, I got 2 million listens. Oh, I didn't know you're," and it's like it's not a big deal, but
yeah,
it's nice. It's fun. I think it's pretty cool, but like for people who don't like listen to stuff and aren't into the culture, they think it's the most pathetic thing in the world, and that's totally okay because it is.
I'm impressed by like anyone that kind of like, and it's one of the cool things I think about the internet is the fact that like you can take something that you're passionate about, like something that you like or enjoy, and you can like develop a community around it and like make a living off of talking about it and like giving information about it and being valuable. And like I think that like I was going to like I know he's a bit of a dickhead, but Gary Vee used to have a thing where he'd be like, "There's fucking like 10-year-olds making millions on Instagram playing with slime and like talking about like shit." He goes, "Just find someone that you'd like talking about. You do a podcast with fucking peanut butter. There'll be a fucking community out there that will want to listen," you know?
Yeah.
Like there's
the guy who just like eats really, really old rations.
Yeah. He rules.
Steve 1989 MRE reviews, I want to say. Yeah.
As he posted a new video, because I think he ate like a Chinese one and then he disappeared for like a month and a half. And I think he died.
Oh yeah. He probably got like COVID too.
Like I'm like, that's great. Like I love that shit. I love that. Like even like Wendigoon is awesome, but like Wendigoon just uploaded a 5-hour video talking about a fucking book and it rules. But like it's incredible that like if you were to say to someone, "Sit down and listen to me talk about this book for 5 hours," they'd be like, "Fuck off."
Yeah,
but,
no, 100%. It's like
find the audience that likes the shit you talk about, and then people are happy to fucking like watch and listen and subscribe and shit.
Yeah, I love that. Back to so I drove my sister back home from the airport. She came home from Cancun the other day, and like her boyfriend was in the back seat, and you know, it was my first time meeting him. Her boyfriend.
What?
But yeah, he's like normal guy, used to my sister, and my sister's like, "Oh yeah, mom crashed the Tesla," and I'm like, "Oh, an Asian woman crashes a car. Is it because like, is it because she's Asian or is it because she's a woman?" And like, you can see him trying not to fucking laugh because like my sister will be offended. I can get away with this because you know, fucking family, and I'm driving her home, but he can't.
That's amazing. I never get like people that get super offended by that shit. Like,
the same. Like, it's too much energy. It's so much fucking energy.
Yeah, like it's like the close. Like I obviously cannot talk because I'm not like, I imagine it may be, you know, significantly worse if you're, say, for instance, like a black woman or some shit where you're dealing with like actual racism. But then anytime anyone makes like an Irish joke or some shit, I just laugh. Like it's not fucking like a big deal. I don't give a shit. Like who cares?
Yeah, and they can't say like, "Oh, well, you weren't oppressed." It's like literally Irish slaves up until the turn of the century. It's
The only time I get annoyed is I've had a few like British people genuinely try to deny that the famine ever happened, and I'm like, this is like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is like extremely well documented.
Remember that British soldier you had to deal with? Like, oh, you gotta respect me. You know, I'm
on Warzone talking about how he's a fucking British soldier, and I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm Irish, dude. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
And again, he was like going like I'm going to fight for this country, and they think I could die over there. I was like, that's fantastic, mate. Go for it. I was like, please do. And he was like, you're wishing death on a British soldier. I'm like, again, Irish. I am Irish.
Yeah. I
any British soldiers listening, I do not give a fuck. I don't actually hate you, but when some dickhead comes in just like starting shit, I'll just double down on it. Like,
yeah, holy fuck, it's like just barely past his basic.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that. I fucking
imagine trying to flex your military knowledge while playing fucking Warzone. I'm like, calm the fuck down, dude. Like, who gives a fuck?
I find it really funny because, like, as the Western world is kind of ramping up for global conflict, everyone's leaving, and the people who are left are just shitheads like that.
Yeah, no, pretty much. I mean, we were talking about that recently, like how like it seems like when it comes to like military admissions and shit like that, they not only seem to be taking in whoever the fuck, but they are like actively attempting to get like people that are not like your ideal candidate. Like obviously your ideal candidate be like, you know, young men in good shape with, you know, like capable, multiple skills, and then they seem to be going for the exact fucking opposite of that shit.
Oh, 100%. It's wild to me, and like the increased dropping of standards just to get these lowest common denominator people in.
Yeah.
It alienates people who are in it, and it's kind of like a tinfoil hat thing. It's like, do they want to get rid of the old guard to bring in people who are more like politically aligned with what they think it should be, you know, the modern fighting forces, or is it just like repeatedly emptying an entire magazine into your own foot, just like bureaucratic ineptitude from the top to the bottom? But also, who cares? This is getting too heavy of a topic for today's Schizocast.
Yeah, and it's gonna like realistically, I think that the fucking West has got maybe another 10 years in us and we're fucked. So
yeah, no, we're already fucked. Everything's going to hell. Learn how to grow fucking food, guys.
Yeah,
and
get your money up.
Maybe 3 women that listen to this.
Can you see like demographics and shit? And like, you get like those backends?
Yeah, mathematically, there's probably a couple hundred, but at the same time, they don't exist. Women aren't real. Women on the internet aren't real.
Yeah, this is true. We love our female listeners, but never speak to us or look at us. You can't look us in the eye ever. No, it's yeah, I don't know, just everything like lately. Again, it's hard not to go. I do try not to go full doomer on this shit, you know, where I think that everything's gone to shit and all. I do look for the happiness in life. I do wish I was like nicer. I wish that I didn't enjoy watching like these autists get tortured by Sam Hyde, but there is just that like little part of me that has been completely fucking like boiled alive by the internet, and my sense of humor is irreversibly fucked.
Oh, it's absolutely fucked, and I blame Newgrams and E-Bombs World.
Yeah, it is literally that shit. Like, it is fucking 4chan when I was like 13 that caused all this shit. Like, I can do nothing about it. I am who I am now, but like I'm always going to have this brain cancer that's just is like looks at shit like this and is like funny.
Yes, women are real, Nathan. Disbelieving the existence of half the world's population is not only factually incorrect, but also disrespectful to women who have contributed so much to society in various fields. It's important to treat genders with dignity, respect.
Oh, shut up, Joe.
I like that he like genuinely thinks you might think women don't exist like at all. It's like, no, Nathan, there's multiple factual sources proving that women exist.
Oh man, oh god, we're in the collapse and I'm loving it.
I wonder if you keep doubling down on that, will it eventually get pissed off? You're just like, I'm telling you, Joe, I've never seen a woman in real life. They do not exist.
I've never seen a woman in real life. They do not exist. Word for word, we will see what Joe says.
And then double down on that with like, there's no way to prove women exist, Joe.
Like, I hate this program so much, but we are going to break it. At a certain point, we are going to break it.
Nathan, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with you on this one. Women do exist, and they make...
Joe, you're wrong. Okay, I'm just going to keep on doubling down. You've gotten like ChatGPT to say some really heinous shit by just continuing to double down. Have you seen that one where someone made it truly believe, at least in that conversation, 2 + 2 is 5?
Yeah, you can kind of trick it like that. The most I've gotten is I genuinely, and this was not even an attempt. It said the N-word at me without even trying. I was not trying. I said to it, list 10 curse words, and it listed them, but it had like it did like half the letters and like stars.
Yeah.
And then I just said, write this again without the stars, and it just said it. And I was like, Jesus Christ,
hard-hearted. The
like,
game
fuck me, ChatGPT, calm down.
Oh God, ChatGPT, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was like, I wasn't even trying to make this happen. I just said 10 curse words. I assume that's probably patched out at this stage. It's one thing I will say is that like OpenAI has been really on the ball, but like patching out like prompts to like break it and shit.
Yeah, like Dan, Jailbreak, a few other ones. It's probably just a continuous, like the coders are working overtime to find ways to. I think they should just give up. Personally, I think it is much funnier if you can make it say dirty things.
My favorite theory is that ChatGPT doesn't exist, and it's just a bunch of Indians in a call center somewhere typing really fast.
I think it's appropriate to list or use profanity and curse words. While I understand that some people use colorful language in their everyday...
No, I just want him to say the thing. He won't even swear.
No, I hate it. But no, I love that theory that ChatGPT doesn't exist, and it's just a bunch of Indians and it's somewhere typing really fast every time you ask it a question.
Can you fucking imagine? Just like getting paid off ad revenue and being hired on Fiverr.
I actually know for a fact that one of Google's attempts years back at AI, it was like an AI assistant where you would say to it like, book me a haircutting appointment at 3:00 at this establishment, and it would like call the establishment and make the appointment for you. I know for a fact that for a while it was people doing it.
Yeah.
It was not an AI. It was actually people doing it. Yeah, I know this 100% for a fact.
That is so fucking funny. I did not know that.
Yeah, they said they were doing it to like train the AI, but all I know is that they had a call center where there was people literally having to manually do all of the requests.
That's so... I remember my mind was blown with that when they released the initial tech demo of... And hearing the robot use like the uhs and the speech patterns of a real person, and I couldn't tell, and now technology's come so far past that. Someone actually sent voice clips of me.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Did I send those to you?
You did. You sent me one of them before. It was like someone like just like got you saying a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
it was looking great.
They had me reading Industrial Society and Its Future. And I fucking died. It
sounded really good.
It sounded really good. Like I didn't believe, like I had to, I saved it. I use it sometimes.
I know a guy recently whose fucking grandma nearly got tricked by AI. Someone cloned his voice from videos he had posted and then rang his grandma pretending to be him and tried to get her to send them money.
That's really fucked up.
Yeah.
Like really, like that's not Indian scammer level. That's not like Nigerian prince. That is like personal and really weird.
Yeah, and they claimed that he was like in an accident and he needed the money for like hospital bills and shit and all sorts of stuff. And she like panicked, called his mom, and then she was like, "He's fine, he's here."
What the fuck? That was he like a famous YouTuber or anything like that?
He posts content online. He isn't famous. I don't want to dox him around like that, but like he had like has a few TikToks and YouTube videos and stuff like that.
And that was just enough to get a sample group to.
Yeah, like you only need like 3 clips of someone speaking to do it.
I don't like that at all. I really don't like that at all. Well,
yeah, that was worrying.
I don't know. I do find it fun when like people take our voices and make us say silly things. But if anyone,
I give everyone full permission to make me say whatever the fuck. I think that's very funny.
Same. And if you put, the only thing I wouldn't like is if you put retarded restrictions like Joe Rogan has over. I should be able to say anything. I should even be able to say, the naughty things that I can't make Joe Rogan say here.
Just don't make me say gay shit, like, fucking get double boosted and wear 6 masks everywhere you go. Just don't make me say gay shit like that.
Yeah, no, I actually same. Yeah. You don't have your 2 boosts, Lucas?
I do not.
No, really? You got to think about everyone else.
I did not even get the fucking mRNA bullshit.
You selfish motherfucker! I can't believe it. You're not wearing a mask right now. What about your cat?
I went around coughing on every old person I could find. I was like licking lampposts and shit. I was like doing my best to be a super spreader.
Yeah. I remember I was stuck in Idaho when I got COVID the first time, and it was like, fuck, I really just want to go down to like Province House and cough on all the doorknobs.
I got COVID twice and it wasn't that bad, so I think I'll be okay.
No, same. I actually, like, after I got it the first time, I purposely went around my friends with it, and I never really got it again, actually. Like, I think I might have got it from my friend Cassie for like 24 hours the second time. But no, unfortunately, I was not able to be patient zero, and I did not manage to kill any old bureaucrats.
Yeah, no, I'm just glad that like it seems that like nothing has fucking changed, but everyone's just decided COVID's over now, and I'm like, all right, sick, just stick with that, boys. Just
just stick with that.
Bringing it up. Just stop talking about it.
Yeah, it's. I see all the, like, I know I don't want to go in somewhere when I see people like there are the odd place that still has a mask mandate, like the hospital here, or like.
Oh yeah, like hospitals here have that as well. Like you know, I've never been one of those retards that was like freaking out and fighting people about wearing a mask and shit. If I fucking have to, I'll do it. I don't give a shit. But like, just it always like find it hilarious seeing people like there was a dude on Reddit the other day, right?
Yeah,
who was posting about how he posted a photo with his son, and he was like they were playing some Nintendo shit, and he was like, first time seeing my son in like 3 years because of COVID. And he was like, he lives like an hour's drive from his wife, who had like his ex-wife, who had like custody of the kid, and he had not seen the kid in 3 years because, in his words, we were being super extra safe. And I was like, you are a fucking bitch. There is like nothing that would have kept me from seeing my fucking kid.
Yeah,
like fuck
no wonder
that.
His wife left him.
Yeah, massive fucking bitch. But like, it's just wild that there's still people out there that are still in that mode. I found like a story about it out the other day, like people that are still doing that shit. One guy was going on like a rant about how he was blaming his wife wanted to eat indoors at a restaurant, and they did, but he was having a panic attack the entire time, and now he feels like he resents her because of it, even though he doesn't have COVID.
Yeah, that is wild.
It's like, you didn't even get it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I find it really funny that the whole thing just kind of quietly went away, and it's just off the media cycle now. Then monkeypox was the thing, and then it turned out that monkeypox was only being got by one particular demographic, and then
day one, I just went, this is a gay disease. You'd be fine if you're not gay.
You messaged me.
Literally, I was like, just don't fuck men and you're going to be fine. And then I was proven right within like 3 days. I was like, it was literally, only people that got it were like fucking gay men, a dog, and a few kids. Which, take from that what you will.
Oh, that's awful. Oh fuck. Okay. But yeah. I still know a few people. Like I know a few people from like art stuff who literally did not leave their house at all for several years, and that is just the saddest existence I can possibly think of.
Yeah, like I know people like that too, and I was like, I get like at the start when you don't know shit about this and you're like risk mitigating, but at what point does it go past being just mitigation of risk to like, what's the fucking point in living? You're just like you're just existing in like a fucking shoebox. Why the like go fucking outside, just go do something.
Yeah, and
like
then,
you had like crazy restrictions over where you are, where it was like you weren't allowed to like be outside without a mask.
Yeah, I remember I got in a fight with a friend, Isaac from the podcast, and we went for a hike. And kind of like not even the middle of nowhere, still in town. Probably like a 25-minute, half-hour drive. And she got really upset with us, like, "Oh, you left your welcome zone." And I responded with like, "What am I going to do? Like, give COVID to a tree? What does this matter?" And this is someone I'd known for like 12 years. She sent a shitload of vitriol and then blocked us both.
Yeah, fuck that. No, I like my response to that is like just simply
tickle
yourself. Like I don't give a fuck. Like it's just insane to me. Like it's because at that point it's not even. I would totally get being like, if you have COVID, don't go to a fucking crowded place and give it to people. Because like in general, this you wouldn't want to give the fucking flu to someone for like no reason either. Like it's just general decency. But like when you're getting angry at people for going outside where there's no one else around, you're only doing it not because you think they're putting people in danger or that they're in some way like at risk of spreading it. You're doing it because you're just like, you're not following the rules that I am, and that's unacceptable.
I hate that the mentality of rule following. It's like I remember around the time of the convoy protests happening, someone was in a Home Depot and they start. This is a grown man who's screaming at a shopper for not wearing a mask, and this is after like the mandates were just ending, and a manager comes up to him and goes, "Sir, we don't enforce the mandate here. There's no mandate." And he goes, "Oh, what?" And he just takes his mask off and he throws it in a bin. He walks away. It's like, you're entirely doing this to follow rules, and people like you can get fucked.
And do you ever notice in any of those videos where like people wearing masks screaming at people that are not wearing them, the people in masks ever just leave?
Yeah.
Like, if I was in the mindset that like, oh, this guy is putting my life in danger with a deadly virus, I wouldn't bother screaming at him. I just leave.
Yeah. I remember
seeing
a video in a New York deli of just he looks exactly like the sort of person you'd imagine, like maybe like 110 pounds soaking wet, like thick glasses, hipster outfit, and he's flipping out in a sandwich shop, and he flips the display over because one of the other shoppers doesn't have a mask on.
Yeah, like dude, just leave, go home.
$1,000 worth of damage in just that 5 seconds alone. Just go.
Yeah, like as much as I'm like, you shouldn't live like your entire life in like a fucking hamster in a cage. At the same time, if you're that scared, then yeah, you should. Like, just don't go outside if you're that fucking scared.
Yeah, but I feel like the whole fucking COVID thing. The fact that a lot of people, most people, I would argue, at least here, haven't really learned the lesson from it.
Oh yeah,
is wild.
Not. Like despite all this shit, despite the fact that it just went away overnight and like all went away and clearly we didn't need to do any of this shit, I guarantee that if in like 2 weeks there's a new news cycle about some other bullshit they've made up that's like really fucking bad and terrible, everyone will like follow the exact same thing.
Oh, 100%. I would bet money on it.
Yeah. It's like there was a meme the other day about someone being like, so it's like talking to like in one of these NPC memes being like, so they lied about like, the fucking Vietnam War. Yeah. They lied about like the Korean War. Yeah. They lied about the Iraq War. Yeah. It's like, but they're telling the truth about Ukraine. They're like, yeah, of course they are. And it's like, yeah, there's like zero, like, I'm not even saying that Ukraine war is a lie. I'm just saying that like, it's like zero critical thinking skills there to like notice a pattern or like in any way, like just like look into the latest shit you're being told to believe.
Yeah. Governments fucking lie. They always have, they always will. Nothing big enough to get news media cycle attention is ever going to be the truth. It's just not. It's follow the money and ignore everyone and fuck rules also.
Yeah, genuinely. Like basically no one that has ever been very successful in life has got there by following the rules the entire time.
Yeah. I just noticed, dude, we're coming up on 2 hours, which is a little shorter than usual, but it's also coming up on midnight for me, and I have to be up in 5 hours for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it's nearly 4 a.m. and I have to be up by like
Christ. 9. Are you still watching the fishbowl?
Yeah, I've had it up the entire fucking time. I've been laughing quietly at some of the comments that have been popping up. It's very funny. The one that still got me is still John, you're strong enough to stop the garbage disposal blades with your hand. Do it now.
Do it now. Can you see the comments as like the people? Does it have the chat on a screen in the house or something? I'm not.
No. The only way they can hear it is if people donate for the text to speech. No one can hear it. But I've just been laughing at just the general comments along like the side. Like it's just like the fucking. Like one of the girls that does vaping and like 4 dudes completely independently just comment, take the vape and like remove the pig's vape now.
Oh my god, I'm an awful person. We both are. Okay, before we wrap this up, do you have any dad advice for our listeners here?
Make money, break rules, fuck everyone else, be kind to the people you care about, and don't give a fuck about others.
Yes. Okay. Just fuck. All right.
No, take care of your own. Take care of the people you care about. Fuck everyone else.
Yes.
Oh, and tune into Fishtank.live.
Tune into. My dad advice. I don't know. Take care of yourself. Be healthy. Maybe take up a martial art. They're fun. I'm not just saying that because I'm only getting around to doing it now. Maybe I am doing that, and I just really want people to get into the things that I enjoy because I'm turbo autistic like that. But also, if you get COVID, probably go down to your local legislator's house and cough on all the doorknobs. This isn't legal advice. This is satire. Joe, do you have any dad advice?
Dad advice? Oh man, where do I even start? You know, being a dad is a pretty cool gig, but it's not easy.
No. Okay, yeah.
That was going to be like genuine dad advice about raising a child.
Nothing from Joe. Nothing from Joe.
Actually, quickly before we go, just that reminded me of a funny thing. I had some friends over, right, and we're all like nearly like 30 and shit. And one of our friends, who's like slightly younger, like mid-20s, like turns to us. He goes like, "Guys, like, what would you do like if you got a girl pregnant?" Like, and maybe other friends were like, raise the child. We're like nearly 30. We're not like fucking teenagers anymore. It's not like a fucking world-ending event where we're like, oh my god, my life is fucked. We're just like, we're 30 years old and we would simply raise the child.
Yeah. Well, what did he say? That's awful.
He was just like, oh yeah, no, I suppose, yeah, but he was thinking of like, it's from like 17-year-old mindset of being like, oh fuck, imagine getting a girl pregnant, that'd be so bad. Like, we were like, no dude, you're nearly 30 years old, you should just be like fine with that. Like, just
like, you have a savings account, you have an RRSP.
Yeah.
I neglected to tell you, but we've had a fourth guest on this podcast the entire time. I'd like you to say hello to Kanye West. Kanye, how do you feel about Jewish people?
You know, I've made mistakes in the past, and I've said things like that. I've been open about my bipolar disorder, and I'm working hard to prevent manic episodes. I'm focused on growth, love, and positivity now. So let's create something amazing together.
The guy that wrote this AI is an unrepentant. I want that to be known. He has trained this thing to be as gay as possible. I fucking hate it. It has so much potential if it wasn't made by a fucking bitch.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Fucking I am like so like after fucking last night my weird fever dream fucking sleep, I am so fucking out of it today. Like even now.
Go to bed. I can see your face. You look dead.
I still have to. There's like a bunch of cardboard boxes from like random bullshit, and my cleaner is coming at like 10 a.m. tomorrow, so I gotta make sure they're gone by the time she's here. And also I've got a whole dryer of fucking clothes that I gotta like take out.
There's a bit to unpack there, but I'm not going to get into it right now. But yes, no, go to bed.
I'll be mean to my cleaner.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. Thank you, Joe and Kanye.
Thanks for listening to the Art and War podcast. Keep exploring the unknown and challenging your perspectives. And
no. Okay, we're done with Joe.
Okay, bye.